So in this video, you're going to learn how to test your computer to understand if it's going to work for live streaming or if it's time for an upgrade. So let's dig in. The first thing you need to know is that it actually does depend. So there are nuances to live streaming when it comes to answering that question of if your computer will work. No Facebook Live or Q&A session or Facebook group is going to actually be able to answer 100% with that kind of certainty unless you understand that it depends for a lot of different reasons, right? So like it depends on if you've taken good care of your computer. If you're like me and you're really hard on your computers and you beat them up, well, then guess what? It's probably going to be less likely that an older computer will work for live streaming. Is it a dedicated machine, or are you doing a whole lot of other stuff on that machine in addition to live streaming? Do you have a lot of background apps going on while you're trying to stream? Pro tip, that's not actually a good thing. Don't do that. And it also depends on how many fancy things that you want to add to your live streaming production to be able to answer that question. Is it simple production, or are you going to be doing lots of graphics like I have today? Are you going to be doing, guest interviews, things like that? So the more you do, the more guts, the more power it takes for your computer to actually work for live streaming. So then the next thing that you need to understand is that you want to start at the end. Essentially what I mean by that is, what does the end result look like for you? What is your dream live stream look like? Are you trying to do multiple cameras? What kind of graphics are you wanting to add? Are you wanting to do static graphics, or are you wanting to do animated graphics? Are you going to be playing videos? Are you going to be screen sharing? Are you going to be gaming? Are you going to have guests? So start with that dream in mind to know exactly what you're trying to accomplish. That way we can say, okay, that's the goal. And then we're going to back it up and say, okay, I understand. Say it with me. Type this in the comments for me. I understand that if my computer can't handle all of those fancy things, I need to reprioritize, and I might need to back it up and not do all of the things. And keep in mind here that there's level 2 streaming and there's level 3 streaming. Level 3 streaming is what I call Ecamm Live or vMix, right, on a PC. So if you're downloading software to have a higher production value and do all of the fancy things, then you're going to require more computer power. So your computer may or may not be able to handle that. An option, if you can't afford to upgrade your computer, or you can't, your computer isn't handling everything that you want to do, then you may need to go to level 2 streaming through the browser. We have videos all about that, but that will take less load on your computer. And you, pro tip, mute your computer. All right, so I'll let him edit that too. All right, so you understand what you're trying to accomplish. Then we go to what is happening? Oh, you were so distracting me. What, did you come over here? What? Did you come over here? No. Oh, weird. I thought you were like over here.
Scary the ghost.
Scary the ghost. He's back. Okay. She lost internet if you didn't know. So now that you know what you're trying to accomplish, right? And if you do want fancy graphics to add to your live stream, then you can get those here. And we have a couple of new things in the store, like a free watermark pack, which is super, super exciting, and an animated or static subscribe overlay that you might actually love, and you'll see that coming up shortly. So you can get those graphics there to add that extra production level to your production. All right, so step 3 is to give yourself a fighting chance. Now, the thing here is that you definitely don't want to step on yourself and make it harder for your computer to perform when it comes to live streaming. So that means you got to take care of your computer and remove all of the heavy lifting that it's already doing. So do a fresh reboot, then stop background syncing apps. Here's the kicker, and most people don't even think about this. They don't think to turn off Google Drive from syncing in the background, right? That little taskbar up at the top. Also Dropbox or any other cloud syncing system for storage. Anything that might be going on in the background, you want to pause, stop that, close all apps that you do not need. And of course, pro tip, clean off all files you don't need. Get them onto an external drive, get them onto cloud storage, whatever your choice is, but remove all apps that aren't needed on that computer, remove all files that aren't needed on that computer. On this computer that I stream on, it is a dedicated machine, and it's actually really important. It's really important to actually have a dedicated machine if you can afford that, because that will give you the best possible results that you can get, right? So if you're actually going to be doing streaming with your computer that you're using for everything else, then guess what? These are even more important at that point. All right, so then step 4 is to set up your ideal stream. Now, here's the thing. You may actually not want to start at step 4. Your choice here. You could go step 4 or just straight to step 5. But if you want to kind of fast track this process, then don't spend a whole lot of time here, but set up a bunch of things that look like your ideal stream. Like I said earlier, do you want to have guests? Do you want to have fancy graphics? Do you want to be playing videos? Think about those things because you've already decided them in step 2. And then set up that stuff. Do not work for perfection at this point because your computer may not be able to handle it, right? So what we want to do instead is do a fast, quick setup of it. Doesn't have to be a real video that you might play. Just any video will do. Doesn't have to be the real graphics that you intend to use set up perfectly and properly. They just need to be in there, right? So get a kind of a mock setup going. That way you can see if your computer is going to be able to handle all of those things. Then you want to check your internet. You want at minimum 5 megabits per second upload speed. If you can go for 10, that really is the ideal minimum. Then also Ethernet, not Wi-Fi. Plug that baby in. Okay. Then you want to set up a private stream. You could do that any which way you desire. You could go private to a Facebook group. You could go an unlisted YouTube video. You could go to just you on Facebook. Any which way you want to go about it, just set up a private live stream and then go live. Here's the thing that most people don't do when testing their computers for streaming. Stay live for a while. Don't go live for 2 minutes and be like, okay, cool, it works. No. Let it sit there 30 minutes at least. Do all of the things. Push the limits. Play the videos. Push out the graphics. Do all of the things you might be doing in a live stream to push the limits of your computer. Remember, the longer you're live, the better the test results will be, because you'll understand that if you are live for an hour, then what your computer is going to do with that, right? It's going to perform differently at an hour's length than it is at a 2-minute length. Okay, so then next, you are going to hit that subscribe button right here. If you're learning something, and turn on those bell notifications if you want more videos like this. We have a video all about Mac specs and what to look for when purchasing a computer, or to know if your computer that you currently have is going to do the job. So definitely subscribe. You don't want to miss that video coming up soon. All right, so next up is to start testing, but back it off, right? So what you're gonna do is, if it chokes, right? If your computer chokes while you were doing step number 4, maybe it buffers or it's going out of sync with your audio. Maybe you have some fan noise. The fan in your computer is like sounding like an airplane taking off. Maybe it crashes the stream or the computer altogether. Maybe it's as simple as a stutter here and there. If any of those things happen in step 4, then you're gonna start testing, but you're gonna pull it back, right? The way you start to test your computer to see where its limit is you start at the basics. You plug in a mic, you plug in a camera, you hit go live. Then you add one more thing. You add another camera or you add a graphic, and you've prioritized your fanciness that you want in your streams. So add with that prioritization. Add one thing, then add another, then add another, then add another. Keep in mind, you're looking for that point of failure, right? So as you're adding things, you're gonna see you're gonna see where it breaks. And then you know, all right, that's what my computer can handle. If it's all that can handle is a camera and a mic, then you know that you need to keep your production extremely simple. If it can handle a mic, a camera, and some graphics, fantastic. Then you keep your production at that level. And then when you're ready to upgrade, you watch our video on Mac specs or PC specs, and you purchase based on that information, okay? So that's how you test, and you're going to be able to get the most use out of your live streams if you do this, out of your computer for live streaming, if you go through this process. So what was your biggest takeaway? Leave a comment, let me know what that was for you. And if you wanna learn more about Mac specs, then definitely check this video out so that you can dive deeper, understand what it is you're really looking for when it comes to purchasing a computer, or whether your current computer will work, and I'll see you there. All right, you guys, we are gonna go into Q&A. I am curious, was that helpful? Every day on Bufferin. Yes, yes. Oh man, I wanna see that. or listen to that now. What did you learn? Was that helpful? Let me know, and then we'll do Q&A, and I'm gonna go over here. She is always laughing in the background. I can always hear you. I always hear you. Why are you putting questions in? Oh, is Kathleen doing questions? Okay.
Well,
because you lost internet.
Yeah,
okay. 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 Oh man, it's always, yeah. Zip it, Callie. Zip it. Why is my capture card going out? I'm gonna have to swap it out. I keep unplugging it and plugging it back in, thinking maybe it's gonna actually.
Did you blow on it?
What?
Did you blow on it?
I didn't blow on it.
You gotta blow on it.
Test the limits. Yes, the steps. I love them. Fantastic, Joel. Thank you for the tips you took for musicians. You are very, very welcome. Just so you guys understand what we do with, that core content is we edit that down, edit out my mistakes. Callie's laughing. It's chaos. And if it's a hardware issue, you fix it with a hammer. Funny, funny, funny. I got a CPU plugin for Stream Deck telling me how close my Mac is to melting when running different things. That's a great one. I should have added that, Miles, for sure. Having knowledge and visibility into your meter, your CPU, usage, essentially will help you understand. We'll do an entire different video about that, I think. Okay. And just so you guys know, the video on Mac specs, that is coming up. We've been putting a lot of work into it to get it just right. It's more complicated than you think to give you a good answer to what specs to purchase for Macs. You know, so we're working really hard on just drilling that information down, getting it really good for you. So that'll be out soon, likely this month. So look for that when that comes in. If you're not subscribed to the LSP channels, Live Streaming Pros channel, then go ahead and click subscribe on that. That way you don't miss that when it comes out. Matt in the Kitchen definitely had this at the weekend. Definitely had this at the weekend. Some reason I bought my camera via USB. ATEM from ATEM it would work with an extra camera, but then Thunderbolt wouldn't work. Old MacBook Air. The Airs. The Airs. Oh, the Airs. No. Don't stream from an Air. Okay, let me start answering some questions. Randy says, if I have an older iMac and 2020 MacBook Pro, how can I use both? If I use the MacBook Pro as my computer, how can I use the iMac in this scenario? One of the great things that you can do is to use the newer computer to do the primary streaming and then connect your older iMac to your computer as a second source. Meaning you plug it in via a capture card. So you get a capture card, you grab a Cam Link or an HD60S Plus, and you connect that camera to your main camera. The main camera should be the newer one because that's gonna do most of the work. But what you're doing by that is offloading a lot of the extra CPU usage, right? Graphics usage, all of that. So if you're gonna play a video or screen share, that's happening on the second computer. And then your primary computer, really all it's doing is pulling in a source and then doing the streaming, right? So it's got a lot less load to fail at, right? So it won't fail as easily is what I'm saying. Okay, MacBook Air. John, funny, yeah. To MacBook Air is human, to Pro is divine. Funny. Oh, God. Okay. Let's see. Next question is from Philip. Are there any apps that will stop all of those syncing at once? Not that I'm aware of. Mac community, unite! Anybody got an answer for Philip? I don't know of an app that will do all of that at once, but you could probably... I haven't set this up myself, but you could probably use the Stream Deck. If you're using the Stream Deck already, I'm willing to bet there's a way to set up the Stream Deck so that it does that. You could do multi-action, and the only thing I'm not sure is if it has if you could do that with some kind of hotkey. I'm just not sure what the capabilities of those syncing, those apps would be, but I'm thinking that might be a possibility. Oh, Doc answered, Philip. What was the answer, Doc? Thanks for letting me in on the fun. Callie is waving at somebody. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, hold on. Well, I don't know what Doc said, but Renee is also saying you just have to make a shortcut automation that kills specific app connections, then assign it to a key. There you go. Trip mode, $8. Trip mode, $8 will also be an option. So you could do it for free or you could do it for $8. All right. Pro tip, when using a Stream Deck, don't push any other overlay buttons during the timer. That sounds awfully familiar. I wonder why you would say that. But yeah, I mean, it's a good advice. If you weren't around during the countdown timer, I did that. Didn't mean to. Whoops. Wait, we have Lyndon is coming up with a lot of questions here, continued questions. So those I'll get to those in a second. If you have questions, be sure to put a Q in the front of your questions so that I see those in my queue. I just want to make sure I get to see them and don't miss your questions. Did you say something? They can't hear you.
I know. I was thinking out loud.
She thinks out loud. Could be ESP. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I'm really going to try hard. So Doc was talking about this, I think, on his stream recently about swallowing Where was that? Yeah, that was his stream. By the way, he hit 10K. Was it last week or was it the week before? I can't remember anymore. But 10K subscribers on YouTube. I'm so excited for Doc. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, so he was talking about swallowing your ums. I'm working on that. I'm going to work on that. Not that it's like, you don't have to. It's normal as human, but it's something that, you know, I've been doing this for so long and I'm just so darn good at it. I just don't have much else to work on. Totally joking. I'm joking. Always have something to work on. And that's the thing. This is a totally different topic. Always be improving with your live streams, whether that's from the tech side or from the presentation side or from the storytelling side or whatever. Always look for something to improve when you're putting content out. Thanks, Sammy. Okay. Abdullah, can you combine a PC with the Mac, PC running the hard software, and then streaming with Mac? Absolutely. You can totally do that just by what I said earlier. Capture card. There we go. The capture card. That's all you need to understand or to get. You're just connecting that computer to a second computer. It doesn't matter, Mac or PC. On the format, hashtag always improving. Okay, Lyndon. Oh, yes. I ran a production for a little over an hour and found that the recorded file was choppy at different intervals throughout the broadcast. The audio from my guest on camera, not as an interview in Ecamm, sounded a bit like chipmunks. Any idea what's happening there? That's most likely your computer can't handle both streaming and recording at the same time. I think that that's what you're saying. So because your recorded file, you're recording locally and you're streaming, both of which are heavy tasks for you to ask your computer to do. So keep that in mind. When I talk about starting from, you know, the number 5, start testing and bring it back to the basics, that's one of those things that may be causing that failure point. So that is something to consider. Gary, what's a good sound monitoring app for PC or Mac? That's so sound monitoring, you can do that from Ecamm. You can do that from your mixer if you're using something like the Rodecaster Pro or any mixer. If you're looking for audio sound monitoring, I know that Ecamm has some, I believe Ecamm actually has a help ticket or help page for that. They'll link to that for sure. You got it right. Thanks for your response. You are very welcome, Lyndon. How did you know I got it right, huh? Was that a trick question? Just to test my knowledge, huh? Randy, if I have an older iMac and wait, I answered that already. Jorge, what is the best Chinese webcam if there is one? So my favorite webcam, I don't know about Chinese or not. My favorite webcam is the Razer Kiyo. Razer Kiyo. It has a ring light on it. I just like, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what she's using. That's the reason I like that is the coloring is just natively better than the Logitech, in my personal opinion. So that's my preference. If you can find it, sometimes it's out of stock or something like that. Okay, Lyndon. I thought it was a trick question. You're like, I'm going to test her knowledge right now. Gary, what's the best soft? Oh, I already answered that. Oh, do we have them duplicated at this point?
Yeah, I'm sure, because
Okay. Yeah. Okay, then I'm not paying attention over there anymore. I was going back and forth between 2 different queues. Sorry, guys. I'm a little confused over here. Miles, on Ecamm, is it possible to have the music playlist / folder for the pre-stream screen on shuffle? No. That would be a feature request. As far as I'm aware, that does not exist. But that would be an interesting thing to do, Ecamm. Putting feature request in now. Sammy, Doc Rock likes NDI for computer to computer. He does it a lot. Why do you like capture card to a computer? Yes, I should have mentioned that. NDI is also a possibility. That is a wireless connection, and that is definitely an option to connect your PC or second MacBook or Mac to your main streaming machine for the scenarios I was talking about earlier. You can go either capture card or NDI. NDI would be less expensive. Capture card is more reliable in my experience. So yes, you can do NDI, but anything. What is happening with my hair? The humidity is insane here. Did you notice how humid it is?
It's raining, so yeah.
Oh. I mean, but it feels like even more humid than normal when it's raining. Anyway. Oh, yeah. This morning I had a book lying on my counter, my kitchen counter. I picked the book up. It was laying there overnight. I picked the book up and there was a pool of moisture underneath it. I had to wipe the book off. Thank you so much, Marcus, for the super chat. What's 12 by 12 times 12 is 144? I don't know. The math tables. 12 times 12. Yes! I'm right! I did live math successfully. I deserve something awesome for that.
What's 12 times 13?
Shut up! I don't know. Oh, jeez, don't do live math. But I did it. I did it successfully. I'm so exciting. So excited. It doesn't affect inside hair. Going back to questions. Nadim, can I stream from my Mac and get the sound from a PC because I want to use the Go XLR? Yes, you could do that as well because that's coming in from a you're bringing that in as a camera source essentially. And hold on, sorry. You're bringing that in as a camera source, which you can also bring in. If that audio won't come in through that, I'd have to test. Doc, 12 by 12 is 3 in and outs, 4 by 4s. There's that math too. It's probably not going to perform very well at all, first and foremost. If you decided to try the Chromebook, you could attempt it, but you would only be able to stream from a level 2 browser-based solution, not something like Ecamm, a downloadable software, since the Chromebooks don't allow you to download. So it can. I have seen it be hit or miss in terms of success when it comes to actually streaming from a Chromebook, and that depends on the power of the Chromebook, of course, just like any other computers. Welcome, Gerald Allison, to Supporter. I did not see you join. I am so sorry. Thank you so much, Gerald. Welcome. Happy to have you as part of the LSP fam. Hashtag LSP fam. Never do live math. Always ask Siri. That's right. I could have asked Siri. 89 people that are watching on the channel that John is watching, because we have 122 people watching total right now. I love my little button on I love that. Boom. I love that button right there. I should smash that like button for you getting math problem correct, or subscribe as well. That would also be an acceptable congratulations for me doing live math correctly. Yes, teachers are heroes. What happened? What did I miss? Do we have a teacher some conversation going on? But yes, teachers, you have my ever-ending gratitude for the work that you do, because it's crazy awesome and you put up with a lot and you don't get paid much. So thank you. Remember, y'all, when I do live math correct, you can hit subscribe and actually support me and congratulate me and give me a prize. I just got a message from Paul being like, hey, you can use that. Yay, teachers! What button were you showing on your Stream Deck? Does it show how many are watching. Yes, it does. Why is that? Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. It's like, what is happening right there? It is this button right there. It on this side. Don't hit the live button. Don't hit the live button. Don't hit the live button. But that button right there. It is just a part of the Stream Deck. It's an option in there called Viewers. That's what it's called, Viewers. Okay. Don't hit the red one. No, don't hit the blue one. I actually used the blue one for live instead of red because I like red's my favorite color, so I used red for most of the production. What, Marcus? Super chat. I'm already subscribed, so here's another tip instead. Thank you, Marcus. You're awesome.
Happy belated birthday, Marcus!
Happy belated birthday!
Yeah!
Whoa! Happy birthday, Marcus. Everybody give Marcus a big old birthday shout out. Thank you so much for your all the time support. Like, you're always here. Which button launches the snark missiles or the shark missiles? Hit that one. All right, what other questions? I think I'm all done with all of the questions. Everybody's now happy birthday to Marcus. Anybody else have anything that you want to ask when it comes to testing your computer's power? That is so important to understand your computer and how it performs with live streaming. That's the key point here, is that when you want to know if your computer will work, or if your computer was working and all of a sudden it's not, then you're really going to have to test. I can tell you all the specs. I can tell you all of the things that you need to look out for and the minimum requirements and all of that. I can tell you all of that. But again, it doesn't necessarily give you the right answer, because your computer is different than the next person's computer, because you're doing different things, because you're not doing the same things that they're doing, because you're harder on your computer, or you take really good care of it, because of all of the things I laid out in step number 1. If you didn't see it from the beginning, definitely watch the replay of this, because you'll see me screw up. But also to get the full effect, right? 5 different steps for you to go through. Have you found, whoa, I'm missing questions, hold on. Have you found any challenges with Ecamm and the new M1 Max? So really the whole Ecamm community is loving the M1 Max. It's working really well. So as far as I know, there aren't any specific issues that are generally found, but it's working spectacularly well. And the M1 Max, if you're going to buy new, definitely the way to go. When are you going to get a green iMac?
Ruthless.
Yes, experiment. That's the thing is, people don't experiment enough. People think that there's only one right way to do everything. There's never only one right way to do anything. So I will sit here till I'm blue in the face and give you all of the advice and guidance that I can. But at the end of the day, you have to do what works for you. And I will always encourage you to be uniquely you in the decisions that you make, meaning the choices that you make for purchasing, because you need to make the decision that's right for you, or the way you, go about presenting your content, right? All of the different choices that you're making. I'm just trying to find the right scene right now. I have way too many scenes. That I did not swallow that But you need to get good and comfortable with the testing and experimentation process. Does the amount of storage space remaining on your Mac's drive actually impact streaming performance? Yes, it does. It does impact it. You definitely want, that's why I said in step 2, I think it was, or 3, get rid of everything you don't need on there. I love Google Cloud storage, or you can get a external drive to offload all of that so that it's not weighing down your computer, because your computer, your streaming is requiring a lot of everything from graphics to CPU to storage space. Like it doesn't require storage space unless you're like recording locally as well as streaming, right? But at the same time, your computer performs lesser when it's bogged down by all of those files. So that's how it impacts that. Does that make sense? Use the Elgato capture card that can take 4 HDMI inputs. Thoughts? The internal one, I have not, but Elgato is a solid choice, so I would say it would be a solid capture card. I haven't heard of any problems with it. So, nothing kills a great production with all the latest equipment in the world, like a poor internet connection on location. Ooh, yeah, not fun. I would eat mac and cheese before buying a Chromebook. That's saying something. Wow. We found out that Victor doesn't like mac and cheese.
Oh my God.
Can't believe it. That happened on your stream, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Victor.
Crazy. I don't know anybody who doesn't like mac and cheese, and yet Victor here has blown my mind.
Fun fact, it is the best food of all time. Fun fact. Best food of all time. Mac and cheese. All the way. With ketchup.
With ketchup? Oh, come on now.
With ketchup.
Oh, let's see. Wow, I haven't been up this early since 2020. Fun to be live. Hi from San Francisco. Hi, Marga. You haven't been up this early? This is not early. What time is it where you are? Where are you? Yeah, you just got fired. The only issues with the M1 Max have been from the chair. I don't get it.
I was reading it.
I don't get it. What's the joke? I don't. Oh, geez. You guys are hilarious. I love this community so much. Have I told you that lately? Have I told you how much I love you?
You lately that I love you.
You sounded like you just my couch.
Yeah, the chair.
My couch makes noise. It's not her.
Yeah, I swear I'm not gassy right now.
You'll never know what your Mac will do if you don't put it to the test. There are no failures, only lessons. Thank you for saying that. Fantastically well said. That's why the answer key says your answers may vary. Exactly. Okay, I feel like I'm way behind in comments right now. Yup. That. What is yote? Yote means booted. Yote just is a fancy a term for booting. 6 cheese mac and cheese. Just please don't. No, I was gonna say don't put panko on it. Don't. No. Leave it. It's perfectly delicious without crunch. It doesn't need crunch.
The crunch is a good bonus.
No, it's not. It's really, really not.
Crunch, ketchup, mac and cheese.
Day old mac and cheese. Okay. If that's your preference. Ooh, lobster. At the ocean. I was at the ocean recently.
What?
You know this? I had the best crab mac and cheese. I went to this place thinking I want crab. Like I love crab legs. They weren't serving it because I was like early. It was lunch, not dinner. But I did get crab mac and cheese. No, I didn't. That was a Caesar salad. Never mind. That's a completely different.
It's like you told yourself you wanted the crab mac and cheese, and you're like, I shouldn't. And then you got the Caesar salad instead. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Wow, that was a weird wow. I have no excuse whatsoever. But it actually was like the best Caesar salad I've ever had, to be honest.
But it could have been the best crab mac and cheese you've ever had.
Oh my God.
We're going.
Okay. I am planning to leave StreamYard due to lack of functions. What's the next upgrade for PC? So when you're going to level 3 for PC, that's vMix that we recommend as a software. So vMix for PC, Ecamm for Mac. I'm sorry, I just can't get over my like weird, crazy miss of a story.
Because you haven't forgotten how badly you wanted it.
Ooh, a mac and cheese sponsor for the channel. I'll get right on that. Equipment smarter than operator. That's possible. That is always possible. The person. Oh, I didn't get the chair reference because I don't sit. Because I stand. That didn't make any sense to me. I get it now. The person in the chair, the one making the mistakes. I am way behind. Okay, I'm catching up. I'm sorry. Community is high-key terrific, so optimistic, so generous, appreciative that we live in an age of wonders. Oh, the PEBCAC problem exists between keyboard and chair. Do we have to have an acronym for everything? Thank you. I don't know if this is Caleb or Katie or Midori or I don't know who it is, but oh, Kate. I gave up on today. I give up.
Oh my God. I'll take it from here.
Yeah, you want to just take over this show right now? What the heck is wrong with me? I didn't even finish reading that. Give up. Oh my God. Okay, I'm scrolling. It says Katie, ma'am. I know, I saw that too late. Okay, Fish Simulator, take over. Okay. All right, we should probably dance this baby out and like give me a head start out of here because I don't think I can top that. I hope that this show has been super helpful for you today. And put those dancing shoes on. We will be back on the Live Streaming Pros channels Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. Look for a recorded video where we compare. On Wednesday, on the Live Streaming Pros channels, we're comparing the Sony a6100 with the M50 Mark II. Canon versus Sony. Who's gonna win? So that video is coming out Wednesday on Live Streaming Pros channels, and of course, right here on the Ecamm channels. We are here every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific. Come early for the dance in and stay for the dance out. Have a wonderful week, guys. Remember, attack this week with gusto and don't screw everything up just like I did today.